Often known for his role as a bumbling deputy in the Andy Griffith Show or a swinging bachelor property manager on Three's Company, Don Knotts was an actor who made the world laugh. And of course, this legacy continues because the acorn doesn't fall very far from the tree. And with me is Karen Knotts. Welcome to the program, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be here. But I must say, I consider myself much more high class nut than an acorn. I'm a Knott's nut.
Oh,
A Knott's nut.
a Knotts nuts.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Made
very
you
much.
laugh. Made you laugh. Oh,
Yes.
I'm doing pretty good
Well,
here.
yeah. I mean, the fact is that you definitely are a comedian in your own right, and just like your father. And what was that like growing up in the Knott's house?
Okay, well, this is one area where people get confused.
Uh huh.
A lot of people think that my dad was just like Barney Fife,
Yeah.
and he was not. He was not like
Really.
Barney Fife. No, he was not like Barney Fife at all. That's what made the character so amazing to me, to see my father, this calm, quiet genius
Hmm.
of a comedian who had these deadpan lines that he would do
Yeah.
all on his own. And then to see him go into this extreme opposite of a character, like extremely physical and vibrant and bumbling and all of that. It was amazing for me to watch that.
I bet it was something being on that set back in the silver age of television.
Yeah, it was. It was great. I remember going there as a child, and the people, none of them were like their characters. It was quite baffling for a 7-year-old.
Uh, I recently read, and at the risk of sounding, I recently read something about Andy Griffith, and I was like, "Oh, I did not know he was like that." And
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what I'm saying. It's
yeah,
called acting, people.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The When it comes to your father's legacy and the acting, and he had quite a repertoire of films. I mean, he did started out. My understanding is he was really started out. Well, he was a GI. He was a veteran of World War II, right? And
He was an entertainer in the
he was an
World War
entertainer in World War II.
II.
Okay.
It was
All
a
right. Well, this is what happens when you look at Wikipedia. You don't get the full stories about stuff.
Well, let me just say, it's as long I just was trying to stop you in case you got that rumor that he was a drill sergeant in the army. That's what I've heard. Oh, your father was a drill sergeant in the army. Nope.
No,
No, he
he
was
did what he did best.
yes, he started out as a ventriloquist, and he got into the army because of his ventriloquism skills, and he ended up being one of the stars of the show, which was pretty remarkable for a 19-year-old kid, just with 1 year of college behind him.
Now he did get out. He did get out once he got out of the army. He did go back to school, correct? And instead of
Yes.
becoming an educator.
Well, he didn't become an educator. That was his fallback
Oh,
plan.
okay.
He
Okay,
was a
that's fallback plan.
fallback
Okay,
plan. Yeah.
yeah. Now he did go and become. See here, like I said, Wikipedia, right? He did go into one of his first projects was being in a soap opera, right?
Yeah, he was on Search for Tomorrow.
I can
That was
never imagine Don Knotts being in a soap opera.
And what's even more unimaginable is he played a man who could not speak. Yeah, and his sister was played by Lee Grant.
Oh,
Imagine that. Lee Grant and Don Knotts. For those of you who are too young to know, familiar with Lee Grant, she was an amazing dramatic actress, a very sexy lady too,
yeah.
and very, very well-known, renowned lady.
Yeah. And of course, this is something it was interesting when I was looking at this, and like I said, Wikipedia, but I discovered a secret. Well, not really a secret, but a 6 degree of separation from Don Knotts and our community here in Miami, Oklahoma. You want to know what it is?
Yes. So
Of course, one of the last few projects that your father did was he was in Matlock,
uh-huh.
and he played Les Callan, and did about 17 episodes, I believe. And there was an actor who also played them on that show. He played Lieutenant Bob Brooks. And of course, the scenes, I doubt your father was in any scenes with him, but Bob Brooks was performed by a guy named David Froman, who is an actor from Miami, Oklahoma, who later, once he retired, came back here to Miami and was he taught drama at our local community college.
Oh, that's great.
And
Yes.
so we have and if we get an opportunity when you come to visit us, there is a actual picture of him in a park that we have down in town. So anyway, there you go. There's your degree of separation here to Miami, Oklahoma.
It's separation to Hollywood.
Yeah. So anyway, now of course we talked about the legacy of your father, and of course your legacy. You've also, like, following in his steps, you've become an actress and a comedian. And what was some of the adventures have you had since becoming in that walk of life?
Well, I've been on tour for many years with my show called Tied Up in Knots. And it's about growing up with my dad, and which I play a lot of different characters, because that's what I do. Like, my father was a character actor. I'm a character actress too. And I tell all these wonderful stories, and it's just been getting a huge response, especially since I wrote the book. My book is also called Tied Up in Knots, and that came out last year, and people are loving my book. And so that's been helping my show as well. And it's just been a thrill for me to get to travel all over the country and meet fans of my dad, and now they're fans of mine too. And I'm very grateful for that. And to get to tour and see all of these wonderful towns across the country, which I consider are like America's gold, are these small cities and towns, and how they've continued to survive over the years amid all of this political turmoil and all this other stuff. These towns have continued to grow and become more and more interesting and more sustainable. And they're really still the heartbeat of America.
They definitely are, and of course, the when it comes to talking about communities, people always say it's a Mayberry-like community. The Mayberry itself is part of our lexicon now. The words that we use to describe stuff.
Yeah, it's like this little planet in the sky up there,
Yeah,
I watch Mayberry every night. Look it up there; it's still rotating.
Now, of course, you're coming into Miami to perform for us.
Right. I'm coming over there.
Tell us a little bit about that event coming up.
Okay, the event coming up is the Sunny Side Up Film Festival. And it's a competition between filmmakers in the area and actually all over the country, I understand. And it should be a remarkably fun and wonderful event. I really can't wait to go. Because I told the promoter, I said, Rock, listen, I want to come for the whole festival, not just the night I'm performing. He backed down pretty quick. I can be tough.
Yeah.
Okay, you're coming for the whole thing.
They came to it. They've come to our community for about 3 years now, and they have it at the Coleman Theater, which is a beautiful downtown area. And as a matter of fact, they probably showed your father's films in that theater at one point in time too. But it's going to be a real awesome opportunity, and we are excited to have you out here, and we cannot wait to see you.
I'm really excited to come. I've been working on my little monologue, sprucing it up and getting it all ready to go, and I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to see everybody and see the films too.
Now, you said that you performed. You do some character performances. Now, do you do a Barney Fife?
What? No. How dare you?
Right.
Now listen here. I'm just going to tell you one thing.
Nip it in the bud.
Yes, I do. I do impersonate him. You'll see that in the show if you're coming to the festival. And you better come to this festival. I'm warning you now, or I'm going to lock you up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll be there. I'll be there. Well, there. Well, thank you very much, Karen, for coming onto the program, and it's nice to finally meet you, and I can't wait to see you in person when you come to Miami.
Oh, great. I'm really happy to be coming.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.